Somebody says, yo, Ak, Andrew Schultz gave you and Grandy Poo a shout out. All right, somebody said it's right here.
Yo, she's getting body shame right now, bro.
For having a great body.
For having a great body.
No word.
That is crazy.
Is this a timestamp?
I hate seeing that.
Yo, did we turn into a feminist podcast,
I'm
bro?
a feminist podcast.
Yeah,
We're a feminist podcast.
cucked out just now.
What else?
By the way, I think I've given the shtick on Andrew Schultz's podcast. Yo, I think he did a great job. He handled, being the co-host with Charlemagne on Brilliant Idiots. He still does that podcast very well. But I think where he found like really his home is not, because I think on Brilliant Idiots he's trying to understand rap and urban culture and like he kind of understands it a little bit, but like he's giving his own twist. I think here he has more of a free reign and he could move throughout sports, politics, anything he fucking wants to, like, fucking conspiracy, whatever he wants. And I think his humor gets to flourish. Also, I don't know if you guys are big Joe Rogan fans. When Joe Rogan pretty much, left YouTube, for the few people who didn't follow him, they were looking for someone who could provide similar content. I personally believe that there was a void created, and I think Andrew Schultz currently is filling that. I think he's done some great things. I was watching this shit, like he used to do this thing on Instagram where it was like, yo, hey, turn your phone. And he was giving a really interesting, almost like a bit perspective of some shit. I really liked it. I think it got picked up by Netflix, but he's found his stride, okay? I think I read out the amount of people who was on his Patreon, like 200,000. Anyway, let's see if we are here with what he says.
What else we got going on, yo? Yo, shouts to DJ Akademiks. I got a shout to the fucking GOAT. That's my guy, bro.
Yeah, what happened?
People have been sending me clips from his Twitch stream, man, and man, this guy is funny, bro. I think it is underestimated how hard it is to do what he does. Mm-hmm. Like, because he could just talk for hours without anybody. Mm-hmm. Like, he's just talking to the screen, reacting to things in real time, and being fucking entertaining while he does it. And he shouted me out, man. He shouted out our podcast.
Oh, shit.
I love DJ Akademiks. That's where I get all my fucking news from the hip-hop world.
Yep.
If he don't post about it, it's not important to me. Mm-hmm. That is the litmus test for what is important in hip-hop right now. And I do a podcast with Charlemagne. I go to Charlemagne for, like, cultural black stuff.
Yeah.
Right? But when it comes to hip-hop, it's DJ Akademiks.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I'm in there. Sorry, Elliot Wilson.
What'd he say?
Shouts to you, Elliot. But DJ Akademiks is my guy.
What'd he say?
Nah, he's just saying some funny shit, man. He's a funny guy. He's a funny guy. He's a funny guy. That's all I gotta say. He's a funny guy. But we gotta have him on the pod.
Let's do it.
When we're back in New York, we gotta get you on, man. We love you. We're big supporters. We're big team DJ Akademiks on the Flagrant 2 podcast. So shout to all the chat. I cannot finish. What do they call it, Al?
Well, shout out to Grand Wizard Chat Nxgga.
Oh,
he's a real one.
Yo,
Cool-
it's
cool
so
dude.
funny, bro.
Oh, yo, he been a fan.
Yeah, cool.
Yo, it's so funny because if you watch his stream, like this is the Akademiks pull. Like, I'm not even on Twitch. I signed up to Twitch to watch one of the streams, right? And yo, if you don't know what's going on, he just calls him Grand Wizard. So he's like, yo, Grand Wizard, pull that up. Grand Wizard, pull that up. And like, I only know Grand Wizard of the KKK. Like, that's what I know, Grand Wizard. So like, I knew about Grand Wizard chat, whatever. But imagine a person that doesn't, that's just tapping into the stream. He goes, does he have a Ku Klux Klan member doing all his research?
Yo, I bet he does that.
Next level.
I bet he does that on purpose because I'm going to keep tuning in. Yeah. Grand Wizard?
Yeah.
What kind of...
And that's they're reclaiming
Unity.
it. They're reclaiming the word.
Yeah.
That's a fire name too, Grand Wizard.
Yo, Grand Wizard.
Yeah, that shit slaps, and they're taking it back. Good for them.
Damn, bro.
Smart.
How we feel about that, guys?
I'm okay with it, dog. I think there should be more black wizards.
Yeah.
Get the-
Yo, love to Andrew Schultz. I'm gonna tell you why. I think Andrew Schultz, not only what I said about like, him operating a space that's really kind of needed at this moment. This podcast that he does is called Flagrant 2, and watching people give opinions or make joke of shit that honestly, if you tweeted at least 400 quotes or one-liners from this podcast on Twitter, all canceled. Like, you will get canceled for it. But they're allowed to. They built an audience who got tired of the PC bullshit on Twitter, and that their favorite like radio hosts or podcast hosts are muzzled or neutered, that they can't talk about it. Now they can just say whatever. So like these guys, and by the way, that's what I learned a good thing about that too. When you do things with comedy, it's received better. Not to touch too much on this, but remember the Chrissy Teigen thing. I really meant no ill will, and I was kind of good, but it looked, and that's what I always said, optics. It looked like I was angry. And, you know, when I go off my rants, I'm passionate. But it didn't look like I was just kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, after the whole fallout from that, I thought, and shit, talk to people near me, it was like, hey, maybe I shouldn't use the word bitches. And what we realized, because I've seen other shows, I think I even seen Joe talk about it. Bro, it's everybody says bitches. That's not the problem. It's in no matter hip-hop songs. It's, are you saying it in a way where it's like not that serious or it's funny? Or are you saying it like you're trying to belittle and fucking denigrate someone? And watching that clip with the Chrissy Teigen thing, I think there wasn't a good feeling about it. But if you're like, man, fuck all these bitches, man, and you got like some, like, that's one of the things also I've seen with Andrew Schultz, like, you know, like the comedy around all the shit he talks about gives him so much more leeway to do it. So, you know, salute to him. Yeah, of course, I don't do many podcasts, but yeah, I know I got my podcast coming up, and you know, I've lightly tossed a couple feelers out there. When it's time to promote it, I will be popping up on some of the more familiar platforms, and you know, let's do the thing. So, salute to Andrew. You'll see me at some point on Flagrant too. All right. What was I gonna do? Oh, snap. Oh, so let's